and we just kind of did our thing up there. And back on July 15th, my daughter Caitlin, whom I thought was free from drugs, as many of you know, she suffers from an addiction to heroin. She relapsed and overdosed. What I thought was a relapse and overdose, and then later realized that she had been using drugs prior also. So I thought she was clean, and I was once again taken in by her, believed what she was telling me, and she lied, which she does to me regularly. And I, as her mother, Kate, don't learn that. And I keep thinking she's turned over a new leaf and she's not lying, because I don't have this problem with the other 3 children, just her lying to me like that. And she's 30. I mean, why are you gonna lie to me? I'm not gonna spank you. I'm not gonna discipline you. I am done. These are your choices. But her choices have gotten her to the point where she's lost all 3 of her children now, and she's struggling to put her life back together to get them back. And most recently, she took me in again, and I believed her, and I did something for her that I should not have done. Nothing hard. I just gave her a ride. But the state saw that as a risk to the baby because of how my daughter is. And so they decided that the best placement for my granddaughter really wasn't with me. It was with somebody completely outside of the family, so that my daughter would have no outside contact with them whatsoever. And they're probably right now that it's almost a week and I'm not emotional and I'm not devastated that they moved the baby for the 5th time in 15 months. She's only 15 months old. I'm realizing that they're probably right. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and get myself some counseling from a minister that I met last year, hopefully, in Arizona. I really liked her. She's at a church that I volunteered at, and they did help me some. So I'm going to reach out to them, and I'm going to reach out to the pastor there. She seems like a really wonderful woman, and see if she'd be interested in counseling me for a while. And trying to figure out why I have such a hard time seeing through my daughter's lies and setting up healthier boundaries where she's concerned. Because right now I've just cut her out. I just can't trust her anymore. Because I believe her when she tells me something, and I shouldn't. And people tell me all the time not to believe her, but I believe her. When it's your child, it's not the same. And that's what the state said. She's your daughter and you love her. We get it. And they do. I think. I don't know. What they did on how they went about it was very wrong. Very wrong. Devastating. Left me suicidal for a few minutes there. Not that I would ever hurt myself. I wasn't suicidal to the point where I would take action, but I was certainly feeling really bad about myself to the point where those thoughts did, for a flicker, come by, and I threw that away. I was like, no, I'm not. That's ridiculous. I can't. No. Nobody is worth my eternity. I'm sorry. So now that I'm emotionally, my wounds are not healed by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not bleeding anymore. And I'm going to go and I'm going to get myself to a point where if it comes to the day where she loses her parental rights, I'll be able to adopt my granddaughter. And that's what I will do. And that's what I told them. So, off to a brighter future for me, a wiser future, a happier future, hopefully. One where my daughter does not treat me like dirt. I'm never allowing that anymore. And if she can't respect my boundaries and my rules, then she can't be part of my life, and that's the way it's going to have to be. So. But anyway, enough about that. Nobody wants to hear all that sad heroin addict stuff, and that's too heartbreaking. I know many of you deal with the same thing I deal with every day, and it is such an awful struggle, those damn drugs. But anyway, I went to Passion Play. I had an amazing time. I met the most amazing people. I worked for the most amazing woman. I did some volunteer work because I can't really work, so volunteer I can do it when I'm able and not do it when I'm not able. So I did some sewing for them, and it was amazingly fun. I had a really good time. The woman that I worked under is an amazing, fantastic woman. And I went back to Maine and set up a home for my granddaughter and I, which I had no intentions of ever doing again. And that lasted for about 8 weeks, and for 8 weeks it was very good, but when they decided to replace her, there was no need for me to stay anymore, so my rig is in Arizona, so I'm off back to Arizona now. I'm in Ohio now, and I'm heading back to get my rig. My friend Christina is already there, so I will probably hang with her for now. We get along really well, and we've been together since I started. She was one of the first people that I had met outright when I got to Arizona, and we hit it off right away. I had to beg her for a little while to come and hang out with me, but she finally did it, and once she did, she realized that we really got along really well, and so I'm headed back there. Ted's grandson, my friend Ted, his grandson came, I think like 8 weeks early or something. He was an early little bugger, and he was really little. He went home at 4 pounds apparently. I know when I had my son, he came very early. My youngest, Jared, he just turned 23 on the 23rd of September. But he was supposed to be a December baby, and he came so early. And we had to wait until he was 5 pounds to take him home, because he was born well over 5 pounds, but I was in heart failure when I had him, so he had a lot of fluid and stuff that he peed out. He went under 5 pounds, and then he came back up again. So when he had 5 pounds, we were able to take him home, and it didn't take very long, a couple of weeks. I think it was a week and a half, 10 days. Maybe. I was in the hospital anyway, so I don't really remember. They released him before they released me. So anyway, Ted's baby, that's what I was telling you. He came a grandbaby. He came really early, but apparently things are going really, really well with Ted's son and his girlfriend or wife and the baby. And they're doing spectacular. And so Ted's going to hang around until after Thanksgiving, because he likes to see his grandson a little bit. He doesn't get to see him that often because he's so tiny. They still worry about germs. Good to know that somebody still worries about that stuff, in this day and age. Seems like the kids nowadays have a baby and they have them out at the fairs and the parks, and they don't care about germs or mosquitoes or anything. But he'll be coming around December 1st, so our little clan, our little 3-person clan, will be back. Lori Eden of Lori's Way was traveling with us, but I think she's going to be with Bluey and Dan for a little while. At least I think that's who she's traveling with right now, so she's doing good. She won't be with us right off. I don't know what her plans are in the future, but for right now she's got plans of her own, and that's fine. So I'm headed back. I'm looking forward to unpacking and cleaning and putting my rig back together. I was going to pull everything out of it and put my floors and my walls in. But I decided that I'm going to save some money and rebuild my savings again, because it kind of got really depleted when I went back east and got an apartment, got stuff for the baby, bought a vehicle registration, insurance, blah, 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 blah. I can just imagine. So my savings, not that there was all that much in it, but it got depleted really fast. And my son, I'm so grateful for my youngest son. He financially helped me quite a bit, so I'm making my last installment payment back to him on November 1st. And then after that, I'm going to really hit saving some money for a few months. And then, I don't know, I may even just decide when I go back up to Canada to do it then, you know, because I'll have plenty of time. And I volunteer, but I can volunteer at certain hours, and I don't just have time for me to do what I want on my rig. So, and who knows, I may even get some help. You know, there's a lot of people that are really handy around there, so we'll see what happens. But you know, I kind of like my rig just the way it is. It's very rustic, and it's me. This is me. I like the rustic thing. The only reason why I'm doing this extra work in it is really to keep it a little bit warmer during those January and February months in Arizona, because it does get, last year I know it was cold. It was cold. I was cold. This year I have my solar panels that are behind me, and I have my heater this year, which I didn't have either last year. So hopefully that will make it a little bit easier for me also this year. And so my plan is to just let my rig stand the way it is for right now and get back there and put everything together. And you know, I had gotten the things already to, my heater's so crazy. And I had gotten the things to paint my garden all around my rig. Not where I'm going to put the solar panels, obviously, because I'm going to mount them on the side for the time being, I think. I'm not sure. Before I'll just leave them freestanding for the time until I'm ready to mount them for sure. But regardless, I'm going to paint the garden. I've got the stuff. I'm going to do the artwork myself. It will be a tribute to my Saul the Little Red Squirrel storybooks that I write for children, which are not published yet, but they will be hopefully someday. I mean, if somebody out there knows a publisher that's looking for a new look on children's stories, I have one. I have children's stories. They're really cute. So my garden will be a tribute to Saul, the Little Red Squirrel, who will be advertised on my rig. And I am going to get that done, and that will, you know, deplete some supplies and open some storage space in my rig. And I did bring my dresser that my daughter Caitlin got me years ago for my birthday. It's behind me. And the little kids' roll top desk that I have in there now, I used to feed the dogs under, and Taz went back to his original mom. He was having seizures before I left, and it was something I didn't want to take him into the desert. He's older, and I felt like he may need more medical attention than I am able to give him, and he may need just more personal care that maybe I'm in a healing process right now, and you know, he needs somebody who's strong and healthy. So he went back to his mom, and I'm good with that. You know, he loves her, she loves him. And Macho went to heaven on October 4th at 4:05 in the afternoon. Going to peacefully you took that last cleansing breath like, Mom, thank you so much. Nothing hurts anymore, and you just, with this pug snore, you know, this little snort, and then he just snored, and the doctor came in, and he was snoring, and she goes, he is a pug, and I said, he sure is. And she gave him the shot, and he was gone within minutes, within 4 or 5 minutes. He passed quietly away. And it was really sad on the way into the vet. You know, as many of you know, I put that off selfishly, very selfishly, for a very long time, and I never should have done that to him. and I'm feeling very guilty about it now. But on the way in, he passed a kidney stone that was, I'm telling you, at first I said it was as big as a quarter. That's probably a huge exaggeration, but it was at least as big as a dime. And it came out with such force that when it hit the ground, and he didn't walk anymore, he was dragging his back end, so it hit the ground from the ground, not very high in the air, but it came out with such force that it smashed, it shattered on the ground, and then he proceeded to bleed. And I thought, oh, if I ever needed confirmation from God, this is the right thing to do, because I was not going to let him suffer like that anymore. He had passed kidney stones when I was in Canada, and I didn't realize then that's what it was, and I let him go through that, and I feel very guilty about it now. Which is why I've decided that as much as I love my animals, and I love all animals, I am not going to get another animal for myself. I'm not quite 60 yet. I have a couple years, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 3 years till I get there. But, and I would probably live long enough to outlive them again. But that decision to put them down for me is devastating because as a Christian, the Bible says thou shalt not kill. And I was not sure that God would forgive me for that. I know a lot of you think that's silly, but my own morals, and thank God for my mom, who was a strong, God-fearing woman and raised me to be the same. I was always afraid that, God would be upset with me for making that decision. And I just finally had to come to terms with, if this is something that I'm going to answer for, then I'm going to answer for it. And if something that's a sin, and I can ask God to forgive me for it, I've done that. But in the best interest of my baby that I love, it's the right thing to do. So I did it for him. Sometimes you just have to love something or someone enough to do it for them. But I selfishly kept him alive for so long, and that was not the right thing to do. And now I'm feeling bad about it, and I wish I hadn't done it, and I wish things had been different, but they weren't. And I'm just coping with my decisions and how I face that every day. And but I know much is not something. So, and I've made the decision that I'm not getting any more animals. I don't know, once the hurt stops and everything stops, I mean, maybe I'll feel that having a pet while I travel is the right thing for me. I don't know, but right today, in the next couple days, tomorrow to next week anyway, I'm not in a position to be a mom to an animal right now. Financially, I'm not in that position, and I just feel like it's best and it's right to not put them through that. So I'm not. Okay, this video is getting long. It's almost 20 minutes, and I'm gonna pull off and get some gas here. So I'm gonna bid a farewell to you, and enjoy your travels and enjoy your time, and I will catch back up with you probably later today or tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'm going to be uploading videos, but I will. Today is October 8th. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. Today is October 10th. And so I will be talking to you again. In one of my next videos, we'll probably be talking about the anniversary of my dad's death. 38 years this year he's been gone, on October 14th. So, and that is something that weighs on me every year. But I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll talk to you again soon. You guys take care. Godspeed. God bless you, and